When people leave a bad review of like a restaurant or bar, I wish that you could see what actually happened, because sometimes the customer is literally lying. On Super Bowl Sunday, we had this family that wanted to have a 30 top, and we couldn't accommodate that. We don't have that much space for that. And then all the other people that were gonna be there for the game, and we weren't taking reservations for Super Bowl Sunday anyways. So my GM had told them that when they called ahead a few days before, and they still came in with like 15 people. There was 6 or 7 kids, and then the rest were adults, and they come in all the time, the adults, and they never tip. They're really, really rude. They're obnoxious, and we're just not the biggest fans of them. The server that was serving them, every time they would order, she would write stuff down. She would confirm it with them, go ring it in, and then anytime anything came out, regardless of what it was, they fought her on it and said that she was doing her job wrong, that that's not what they ordered. She literally was showing them her server book, like, no, I wrote it down. This is what you ordered. You ordered a cheeseburger with steak fries. And they're like, no, I didn't. I ordered a bacon cheeseburger with skinny fries. Like, just would not let it go. They were arguing about every single thing, and it was ridiculous. She's like, I'm not crazy. I wrote down what they ordered. They're lying. To top it off, the kids that they were there with were running around the bar amok. They were jumping into our shuffleboard table, like laying across, grabbing the sand, throwing it up like it was confetti. They were taking the cue ball for the pool tables, chucking the cue ball, playing like catch with the cue ball with each other, chucking the cue ball across the bar when we're packed full with tables and people. Like, it was obnoxious, ridiculous, and totally unsafe. My GM told them multiple times, hey, I need you to get your kids under control. Like, they can't be throwing things. They can't be doing this. They can't be climbing on the shuffleboard table. And every time she'd say, hey, they can't do this, they'd just end up doing something else. And it was completely ridiculous. At this point, another group comes in that likes to play pool. So this new group that came in ordered a pitcher of beer and some wings. I brought out the pitcher and I was like, oh, where do you want me to set this? And they're like, do you think there's any chance we can have this table where these 2 kids are sitting at, because we're gonna play pool and they're everywhere? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I asked the kids super, super politely. I'm like, hey guys, are you with them? Are they your parents? And they're like, yeah. They're like 6-year-old kids. I'm like, can you go sit with your parents, please? And they're like, yeah, of course. They go and they sit with their parents. Everything's cool. I put the pitcher down. As I'm walking back to the bar, the mom goes, excuse me. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. What can I do for you? She goes, why'd you make my kids move? What's wrong with you? Why did you tell them to move? They have a right to sit there, going on and on and on, just running her mouth. And I'm like, ma'am, it is Super Bowl Sunday. It's 4 o'clock. We're starting to get even busier than we already were for the game. Your kids are spread out among these tables. I can grab some extra chairs for you, but we need to have tables open for people that are coming in. We weren't taking reservations, and we need space for people that are coming in.
I'm just so baffled as to like why the mum has such an issue with this like restaurant, when she's clearly told that the waitress clearly told them, you know, it's Super Bowl Sunday, you know, kids have to leave at 4:30, it's gonna get busy. You know, I'm presuming like Super Bowl in the US is like quite similar to when we have football games, and like in the pubs, a lot of time people will tell kids to leave after a certain amount of time because they get busy, the bars can get like rammed, and it's like, you know, if she knows it's gonna be Super Bowl Sunday, like her kids aren't allowed to just sit on a bar basically, and they're gonna have to leave, or they're gonna have to sit with their parents. Like, you're not at a child care centre, like you're gonna have to, you know, unfortunately look after your children when you're in a busy place. And I don't know why she's taking it out on the waitress. That just really baffles me.
She goes, whatever, it's fine, I don't need chairs. You're being rude, and just going off. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Like, I know you're not gonna tip, and I know these guys are gonna tip, so they get the table. Sorry. About 20 minutes after they left, my GM gets a notification on her phone. They had left a bad review on Google. They basically said that they come in all the time and they usually love it. But today was a different story, that the server didn't know how to do her job and she wasn't right in the head because she couldn't get any order right. Everything they ordered came out wrong. That the server was really rude to them, wouldn't replace anything, charged them for everything that they ordered because they frickin' ate it. And it's what they actually ordered. That we were discriminatory towards them because they had kids with them, talking about my GM, saying that she was rude and all this stuff, which is just so untrue, you know what I mean? And like, if people knew the real story of what had happened, it'd be like, oh yeah, they're just bitter because their kids were being crazy and we didn't allow them to run amok like they wanted. I really wish there was some type of thing where servers and bartenders could review customers, because that would be a game changer.
I agree. Like, it's like Uber. When you get an Uber, they can review you and you get stars, and sometimes some Ubers can like deny you. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that, but like on your profile you can actually check what your star rating is from Ubers throughout the past. But I know on Trustpilot you're allowed to like reply back, and I don't know if you can reply back with pictures, but I only would reply back to that review. with pictures of the table and be like, this is the table you left at, we do not appreciate this, XYZ. Unfortunately, you're not welcome back into our restaurant. That's literally what I would say. Because sometimes there's a policy of people saying like, oh, your customers are always right, and it's like, they're not. This lady does not deserve to be treated like that, and neither does the general manager, and neither does the other servers. Like, that's just disgusting, and it really puts you off just wanting to be a waitress or like working behind a bar. I think it's horrible.